Hello everyone, and welcome to the very first episode of Go Active. My name's Jason Northwood, and in this series I'm going to be taking you with me on a variety of outdoor sporting activities all over the world, from surfski paddling to running, cycling, hiking, surfing and much more. So I'm excited you can join me. Let's do it. Let's go be active. I grew up in a small coastal town on the east coast of South Africa, and since I was a young boy I've loved anything that's active and anything that's outdoors. Nowadays I have the privilege of doing a job that takes me all over the world, so I've decided to put together this exciting series of videos where you can join me from the very comfort of your home. Today I'm kicking off with a paddle in my Surfski around the World Islands, which are a set of man-made islands off the coast of Dubai. Total distance is about 32 kilometers, and that should take me around 3.5 hours. It's really a privilege to be back on the water. This is one of the first paddles out again after the many weeks of lockdown, so really stoked to be out here and stoked that I can take you with me. For those of you who haven't heard of surfski paddling, I'll quickly explain it to you. It's not the most well-known sport, but it's definitely the best sport out there by far. We paddle on a long narrow craft which looks something like this. That's the nose of my surfski, and that's the tail end. They average between 6 and 7 meters in length. Obviously, because they're long and narrow, they're very unstable, but the beauty of that is they're very fast. So in flat water conditions like today, you're looking at anything between 10 and 12 k's an hour average, depending on what you're doing. But in stronger downwind conditions, which is what they're really designed for, you can quite easily reach up into the mid-20s. So the surfski is hollow throughout. You'll see it's got a bung on the nose there to keep the water out, or to release any water that somehow gets in. We steer with a rudder controlled by these rudder pedals over here. The rudder's on the back of the boat, and the paddle has a nice lip on it, so it catches the water nicely, unlike the older model paddles that were flat and used to slip through the water. It's made of carbon fiber, which makes it nice and light. And then a leash for safety. Safety always first, so that means I'm always attached to the boat. The boat's my lifeline. This particular ski is a Fenn Elite SL model made by Keith Fenn in South Africa, and it's one of the older model skis. It's fiberglass. Most modern skis are made of carbon fiber and a lot lighter, so that's my excuse for paddling slower than my mates. But yeah, I think that's enough blabbing from me. Let's do it. Let's go paddle around the world. So I'm just coming up to the edge of the World Islands now, 5 kilometers into my paddle. You can see the edge of the breakwater over there. Really a phenomenal engineering feat done here off the coast of Dubai. You can see just over my shoulder in the distance is the iconic Burj Al Arab Hotel, and in the distance over there, the highest building in the world currently, the Burj Khalifa. What a magnificent city line, and what a magnificent morning. We better keep going, we've got a long way to go. Well, I'm now 10 k's into my paddle, just breaching around the back end of the world, and it's absolutely magnificent. Look how beautifully clear this water is. I think it's time for a swim. Hey, that was an absolute treat. Swimming this far out at sea. We're 10 kilometers off the mainland, over this reef at 7 o'clock on a Thursday morning. Couldn't ask for better. There's not many sharks in this region, but one of the dangers in this area is the sea snake. It's one of the most poisonous, if not the most poisonous snake in the world. I've seen a couple out here paddling, but in general they're quite shy and they've got a very small mouth, so to bite you they'd have to bite you in between the toes or in between your fingers. They wouldn't be able to just swim up and sort of bite you on the back of the leg, which is reassuring. There's a couple of jellyfish as well. I've been stung by a few of those, but other than that the sea life around here is fairly benign. It's an absolutely magnificent morning. You can see the Burj Khalifa in the background over there in the far distance, 10 kilometers away. Anyway, we better continue. It's warming up and we're only a third of the way into this long paddle. Well, I'm now at the 20k mark, so about 2/3 into the 32k paddle. The wind's picked up a little bit, as you can see. The weatherman was right. With this wind direction, I should have a nice tailwind on the way home once I go around the last corner there of the world and then make a left turn and head back towards the coast of Dubai. Before I move on, I'm just going to have another quick swim. This water is far too beautiful not to jump in. It's also a nice break for the backside and the lower back, sitting in the ski for hours on end. So let's jump in. Well, I've finally just broken away from the world island. There it goes in the distance off my left shoulder. Off to the far right you can see the tall skyscrapers of the marina. And then just ahead over there is the iconic Burj Al Arab 7-star hotel. And on the left, downtown Dubai with the Burj Khalifa just sticking up in the distance. Only 5 k's to go. Really excited. Looking forward to getting out of this boat. But I think it's time for one last swim first. So there it is, all finished. My mask is broken, unfortunately. But what a paddle. Thanks guys. I made the rookie error of not bringing my slops down to the slipway this morning because it was 6:30 in the morning, but now of course the ground's burning my feet to bits. That brings us to the end of this episode. I hope you guys enjoyed watching. Please don't forget to click on the subscribe button below. You can also follow us on social media or visit our website for more information on this exciting series, Go Active. But until next time, be safe and don't forget, go harder, further, faster. Cheers.